My name is Anye. This is my little brother Isaiah, and we've been matched for 5.5 years.
I got him when he was 2 weeks old. His mother was a crack addict and probably heroin addict as well. So Isaiah was born with drugs in his system, and so he had problems.
Before I was matched, I used to always be in trouble in school. I used to not listen to teachers. I used to do whatever I wanted. I was just bad.
At the time, I didn't have any resources while I worked the night shift, and my children were at home alone. And so the only thing I thought about, I had to get someone to participate in Isaiah's life, a male figure, because I had already learned from my older son that I couldn't be the mother and the father. There were things a male child needed that a mother couldn't give him.
He inspires me to do well in everything I do, and practice when I'm not good at something, and work hard at everything I do.
Isaiah was young. We grew up in a very high crime-related area on the corner near a store where drug dealers and drug addicts populated. My job changed, and I got up at 3 o'clock. I would come home, and my children, my oldest son was in the streets. The teenagers, the drug dealers were playing with him. My older daughter had Isaiah. He was like 3 or 4 years old. And one day I was sitting in the house. Isaiah, here he is, 3. He gets up on his own and began to walk out the door. And I'm like, where are you going? He's like, outside. And it just brought the picture to me what was happening while I wasn't there with him. They were allowing him to go out and be on those streets without even monitoring what this 3-year-old was doing. So that was very, very scary. It was an eye-opener for me.
When I was first introduced to Isaiah, he was quiet, obviously much smaller than he is now, but seemed to have a bright smile, and I remember having a lot of fun.
My first impressions of Anye when I first met him was that he was very tall, because I was super short. Now we see that changed.
Isaiah comes after school from time to time, and while I'm finishing up work, he'll sit for an hour at my desk, and we'll both do work. And I think that's just kind of good. He can see somebody who maybe he thinks is cool. Got to watch his facial expression. That's not, that's just doing work, and studying and doing whatever. But really, I think the most important part is just really, even if it's just, it's talking on the phone, or it's playing basketball, or riding in a car, it's just kind of developing the relationship, and there's really no pressure in that. My philosophy has always been trying to keep Isaiah's options as wide as possible.
Looking at Isaiah now, I feel confident that he has a mind to go to college. Anye has introduced us to a school which Isaiah now attends. It's a school that's gravitated to college. Isaiah goes to school from 7:30 in the morning to 5 in the evening.
What I think my life would be like if I didn't meet Anye was I'd still be in trouble, not following directions, not going to school probably, all kinds of stuff. That's not good.
If I didn't have the Big Brothers and Big Sisters organization, I feel I would be without support. He would be in the same predicament as my son, who's now incarcerated at the age of 20.
It's really been a lot more than I ever thought it would be, and it's been great watching you get older and get faster and taller and smarter, and it's really been great watching you grow up.